Good morning, students. Yesterday we have discussed about the properties of bases, alkalis, their meaning, their reactions, everything we have discussed yesterday. Today we will be focusing more on the chemical properties of alkalis, and we will try to solve the questions of this part, exercise 3A, and thereafter we will be studying the test for acidity and alkalinity. So starting from the chemical properties, the first chemical property of alkalis are that they react with carbon dioxide to form air. They react with carbon dioxide from the air, from the atmosphere. They absorb carbon dioxide and they form carbonates. Right? So as soon as they form carbonates, water is produced. This is the byproduct. Water is the byproduct. So you can see these are the two strong alkalis. When they react, they form carbonates and water is released. Thereafter, the alkalis, it is so simple reaction. Then when an acid and a base react, we all know what is formed. Salt and water is formed. Right, so this is the basic reactions which they have given, and this reaction is also known as neutralization reaction, because what we are getting is neutral water and neutral salt. Moving to the third type of chemical property is that when they react with metallic salt, what happens? A precipitate is formed. When a particular base, or say alkali, reacts with metallic salts, and that metallic salts are of to heavy metals. They are of heavy metals. You can see iron is also a heavy metal, zinc, copper, these all are heavy metals. So when they react with heavy metallic salts, what will happen? A salt is formed plus a PPT which is insoluble in the metallic hydroxides. A PPT which is insoluble in the metallic hydroxides is formed, and they give their respective colors. With the help of these respective colors, we can find out which salt is present in a particular with a particular metal. All right. So there is one note. Let's read it. The hydroxide of zinc, aluminium and lead, being amphoteric by nature, dissolve in excess of NaOH or KOH, but other hydroxides do not. So this is one important reaction, that the other hydroxides do not react with these alkalis. Why? Because the other hydroxides are not amphoteric. Amphoteric means which can be like acidic as well as basic also, which have both the natures. So they are amphoteric in nature, and so they can be dissolved in excess of NaOH and KOH, and this is the reason why other hydroxides are not soluble in excess of NaOH and KOH. Students, please make sure to learn all these reactions. Whatever we are doing the reactions, you need to learn all of them. They all will come in exams and complete the following reactions type. Okay, now the last property, this is the last property, chemical property of bases, alkalis, are when they treated with ammonium salt. When they are treated with ammonium salt, ammonia gas is released. Right, you can see that when alkalis are warmed with an ammonium salt, ammonia gas is given out. So you can see the heat is given them. This is triangle, means heat. We are giving heat, and as soon as heat is provided to the alkalis and they are treated with ammonium salt, then what happens? Salt, with the evolution of water and ammonia gas, with the water as a byproduct, and ammonia gas is evolved. This is what were the chemical properties of the alkali. Now turning to the page, coming to page number 46, they have given some bases, general bases, some bases and their general use, how they are used in our day-to-day life. Likewise, sodium hydroxide, it is very commonly used. It is used in manufacturing of soaps as well as cleansing. It has cleansing action. In laundry, I think I have given you this example also, caustic soda wala. In laundry, like when the workers have to clean like clothes which are very big, like tents, cloth, carpets and all, then they generally use this caustic soda. Potassium hydroxide again is used in the manufacturing of salt, soap and all. Calcium hydroxide is slaked lime. So we all know what is the use of slaked lime as a bleaching powder, and antibacterial property also. It also has antibacterial properties. So these all are the bases and their common use. You can go through all of them. Now today's next topic is test for acidity and alkalinity. So students, see, we have number of acids, number of bases, and we are not in the situation to taste every acid and every base. We cannot taste it. We cannot taste every acid and every base, right? So there is a pH paper. There is called as a pH paper, which is used to test to what extent a particular acid is acidic or to what extent a particular base is basic. So before explaining everything about this pH paper, let's move towards this. What are these exactly? What they have explained. So before explaining this pH strip, I will explain you from where this concept of pH has has introduced, and why it is divided into 14 strips. Why not 10? Why not 16? Why not 15? Only 14. Why? So I'll explain you, and thereafter we will study this pH scheme. So students, see, this is a water molecule. Let's consider there are two water molecules. At equilibrium, it has been found that these H2O, can I write these H2O like this? Two H2O molecules or like this? So what happens? These two H2O molecules at equilibrium sometimes dissociates. How it dissociates? One H plus ion from this molecule. One H plus ion will go towards the other H2O molecule. So what will it form? One hydrogen I'll take from here and will give to it. So how many hydrogen will here become? 3 hydrogen. I have taken one from this water molecule to this. So H3. It will become H3 oval as it is, remain as it is. Now since I have taken one positive ion, I have taken H positive ion. No, I have taken H positive ion from here. So it will become H3O positive. Clear? Now what is left here? What is left is here one hydrogen and one oxygen will be left. So can I write it like this? From two hydrogens I have taken away one hydrogen. So here one hydrogen and one oxygen is left. Now since I have taken one H plus ion from here, I have taken one positive sign from here. So here one negative sign will be left to neutralize it. No, if I have taken one positive sign from here, say for instance it has two positive and two negative. So if I have taken one positive towards the another molecule, so how many positive sign are left? Only one positive is left. Why? Because I have taken one positive sign, this H positive, towards the another molecule. So here you can see that in this molecule the charges are one positive and two negative. So that means overall one negative charge is more in the whole molecule. One negative charge is more in the whole molecule, and so what is left? OH negative is left, right? So this I want to this is what a very important thing. What is the very important thing? That water molecule dissociates into H plus ions, that is acidic ion, and the basic ion. Now it has also been found that the pure water concentration is 1 into 10 to the power minus 7 mole per liter. This is the concentration of pure water, right? Now the concentration of hydronium ion will also be the same because it has came from water molecule, and the concentration of OH negative ion will also be the same. So it can be written as 1 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 1 into 10 to the power minus 7. So and this so it will become 1 into 10 to the power minus 14. This is what they have explained. And the unit, what will the unit become? It is mole per liter, and this is also mole per liter. So what will form in total? There are 2 mole. So can I write it like mole square? Mole into mole, mole square per liter. This is liter na, per liter. So per liter into liter, liter square. This is the instead of this 2H2O, I'll write it as Kw. Kw is hydrolysis constant of water. Hydrolysis constant of water. This is hydrolysis constant, and it is 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 mole square per liter square. Right? Now, this is what is explained here. You can go through all these things. This is what I have explained. Now, what happens? Now, a new term is introduced, that is pH. What does this pH means? pH explains to what extent a particular acid is acidic or a base is basic. So, it is technically like mathematically it can be written as pH is equals to minus logarithmic value of concentration of hydronium ion. This is the value of pH, right? And if I'll remove this minus sign, so it will be written as log 1 upon concentration of H plus ion. Minus sign से ऐसा हो जाता है. You know, in senior classes, when you'll come in 11th, I'll explain you everything about log. What is this log and how does this minus sign affected so that it come in inverse. Right? So I'll be explaining you each and everything in class 11th. But till now, but here you can just learn it as it is, that pH is equals to minus logarithmic value of concentration of hydronium ion, and when negative sign is removed, it will become log 1 upon concentration of H plus ion. Now pH varies from range 1 to 14. Right? 14 कहाँ से आया? 14 यहीं से ही आया. From this derivation, if I'll keep on solving it, अभी आपको I cannot solve it because you will not understand it right now because the concept of log is not clear. But as soon as I'll keep it on solving, I'll get the range of this 1 to 14. Right? Now this 7, this the middle, the center term is 7. 7 means neutral, and from here the left side signifies the acids, the right side signifies the bases, basic nature. Right? Now what happens, as I'll go on moving from the 7 towards the left, then the acids which have pH scale 6 are considered as weak acid. यहाँ से समझिए, this is neutral. So if I'll start moving from this neutral towards the left, then the acidity start increasing. That means those acids having pH 6 are weak acid. Those having pH 5 are also weak acid but stronger than 6. Similarly, those are those acids having pH 4 are also weak but stronger than the 5 and the 6 one. If I'm talking about the acids having pH 1 or pH 0, then that means they are the strongest acids. Right? All the acids like strong acids, mineral acids like H2SO4, HNO3, they comes on this range 0 to 1. They have this range, right? Talking about the organic acids like acetic acid, citric acid, they comes in this range. Weak acids, they are termed as weak acids. So we can taste them, we can eat them, they are edible. In the same way, if I'll move from 7 towards the right hand side, if I'll start moving towards the right hand side from the 7, then the basic nature, the alkalinity nature increases. Right? If I'll talk about those base having pH 8, that means they are very weak base. But as I'll keep on moving from center, from neutral towards the right, talking about those bases having pH 14 or 13, they are very, very strong bases, right? This is what it has explained here. Now there comes one indicator that is known as universal indicator. See, pH, there is a strip. pH is a strip. It is a strip. I'll show you how this pH strip is. See, this is a pH strip. You can see this. Yes, this is a pH strip and it ranges from 1 to 14. You can see this. So what happens, ये तो आपका बाहर होता है, बॉक्स का बाहर का ये कलर होता है, ठीक है. इनसाइड दिस बॉक्स देयर कम्स अ पिंक कलर्ड, लाइक लाइट पिंक जैसा. यू कैन सी दिस. ये तो येलो कलर का. Inside it there comes a simple page. Let's assume there comes a white page. Not exactly, it is not exactly a white page, it is like somewhere little bit pinkish type of page. वो strip होती है. So as soon as you will dip it in the test tube containing a acid or a base, it will convert into these colors. For instance, it will come with the violet color. Its color changes to violet. So we'll understand that it belongs to it is a base and it ranges from 12, 13, 14. We can match the color of that strip with it. So similarly, if I'll take again white colored pH strip, white or जो उसका color होता है pinkish type, and if I'll dip it in a test tube and its color changes to yellow, so I'll say that yes, either it is 5 or it is 6. That means it is acidic in nature and it is a weak acid. वो test tube के अंदर है, that is a weak acid. So this is what pH strip is. A pH strip explains about the acidity or the alkalinity. Now the next thing is the universal indicator. So this is a universal indicator. It simply comes in a bottle. It is simply a bottle. This is, if we were in the chemistry lab, then I would have shown it to you. It is simply a chota sa bottle known as universal indicator. As soon as you will dip it in a test tube, so what will happen? That color of the test tube changes, and it changes from these 7 strips, 14 strips. If its color changes to yellow, say yellow, then it means it belongs to pH 5 or 6, it is a weak acid. Or it goes to blue, then it means it is a base, weak base. So this is how it goes. Universal indicator, maybe we don't need to dip the strip in the test tube. Instead, what we need is to put 2-3 drops of this universal indicator in a test tube, and the color changes and we get the exact color ranging the explaining the acidity or the basicity of that liquid. All right, this is what they have explained in this. Everything is explained here. They have given the colors. You can see this 10 to the power minus 1, it is going to 10 to the power minus 13, 10 to the power minus 14, and it is the same which I have explained you here. This is what I have explained you. This ranges from 10 to the power minus 1 to 10 to the power minus 14. Okay. Now, what is the importance of pH in our day-to-day life? It is very necessary, very important to maintain our pH, even in plants, even in animals, because there are a number of enzymes working in our body which need optimum pH and optimum temperature. So it is very, very important, right? अपना human body जो है, that pH ranges from 7 to 7.8, right? So you can see that very narrow range of pH is there. Similarly, in agriculture, we need acidic soil sometimes for better growth and like healthy आपका जो crops होते हैं. We need sometimes acidic soil. Sometimes alkaline soil is also required. Similarly, in acid rains, which destroys marine life or which destroys the marble. This is all. So there are number of important uses of pH. You can see in medicinal uses. So read it, how it prevent our tooth decay. This is also very important. At night कैसे होता है? See, हम paste करते हैं. Why do we do paste before sleeping, before going to bed? ऐसा होता है, in our mouth our blood is a bit acidic, right? So as soon as we go to bed, and like if someone has not cleaned his mouth and have not brushed his teeth, then what happens, the whole mouth become little bit acidic. Our whole mouth, in the whole night, our mouth become acidic in nature. Or say we have taken sweets or chocolates, then acidity also increases, right? The sweetness increases, acidity also increases. With the result, our whole mouth, the pH of our mouth increases, right? And it decreases, and it goes towards 5, 6 and 7. So as soon as it ranges from 5 to 7, then what happens, जो हमारा tooth है, tooth is made up of marble type का ही तो हुआ. So what will happen, the acid starts decaying the teeth. Our जो teeth है वो, it will start decaying with the help of the acid. And as soon as it will start decaying, our teeth, our saliva, because of saliva, that acidic saliva, so our teeth become start decaying, enamel start decaying, and it will change its color into yellow. The same case happens in case of acid rain also. Taj Mahal hai, its color is started changing from white to yellow, and same happens in our mouth also. So it is recommended to do paste. Now paste is basic in nature. Whenever you eat, when you had cleaned your mouth and you had eaten, if you'll eat something, you'll feel that it is bitter in taste. Why? Because the taste of the paste is basic. It is basic in nature, and bases are bitter in taste. So this is the reason, even if you eat chocolate after doing paste, then you will feel that it is bitter in taste. So this is the reason why it is recommended to use to brush your teeth with paste, because paste is basic in nature, and this mouth becomes acidic, so it neutralizes the pH of our mouth, neutralizes, और हमको कीड़ा नहीं लगता है. Tooth will not decay. Right? So today's homework is to solve this 3A exercise. Please do all these questions yourself. And students, please do this 3A exercise. Complete this exercise, because after this, the ones which are at the end of this chapter, most of the questions are not in the syllabus. Most of them have been reduced. So अभी जो आपका important part is that to complete this exercise only, because after this there is no other exercise in this chapter, correct? So please do these 9 questions, and in the Zoom class we will discuss these questions also. All right, bye bye, take care.